Alright, welcome back to another video. Today we have a really chill review of a budget keyboard I found. It's called the AJAZZ AK820. It's a $50 keyboard. The main thing that got me was that it had a screen. That was the main thing that attracted me to buy this keyboard. So let's begin. The AJAZZ AK820. Aside from the keyboard, you'll find an instruction manual, USB-C cable, keycap and switch puller. The standard items you would expect from a keyboard kit. Now let's take a look at the keyboard itself. It comes pre-assembled with some double-shot PVT keycaps, and honestly, the general look and aesthetic of the whole keyboard is very clean. I really like the colorway. It has an exploded 75% layout, plastic casing with the AJAZZ logo at the front. They have it in both black and white with different keycap options. As for connection, we have the standard USB-C, features a knob and a screen. At the back of the board is where you can configure the board for Mac or Windows, as well as wireless connection. Both Bluetooth and 2.4 GHz is provided. And last but not least, we have our good old adjustable feet. Now let's take a look inside and see what we got internally. First step, remove our keycaps. Second step, remove our switches. These switches, I believe, are called the AJAZZ gift switches. I have never tried them before, but after some research online, these are a 5-pin linear switch, actuates at 45 grams and bottoms out at 60 grams. Quite light, but in terms of its stock configuration and me trying it out, it was actually pretty smooth. Now that we have all our switches out, we can remove our knob and prepare our fingers to feel some pain pulling these plastic clips apart. But once you're done with that, the top cover comes off really easily. Also, I felt I had to be extra careful because the screen protector was actually on the top cover. Afterwards, we lift up the PCB and unplug the battery connector. So let's begin. In our base, we find a piece of PCB foam. It is extremely thin. You can see my fingers through the foam. And underneath that is a silicone pad. This one is something I wouldn't want too thick, so this is a good amount. The silicone pad helps the hollow sound of a plastic case. And it's a good thing it's not too thick or not too thin, because if it's too thick, it would mute the board, but if it's too thin, it wouldn't do its job. So I think this is a good amount. And last but not least, of course, we have our Bluetooth battery. Next up is our PCB sandwich. Equipped with a polycarbonate plate, the PCB has 5-pin south-facing sockets that are hot swappable. Everything you could ever ask for is in this PCB. You would never run into interference. You have nothing to worry about on whatever switches, whatever keycaps you want to use, you can use it on this keyboard. As for our foam, we have a piece of plate foam and PE foam both installed. And of course, on the sandwich is also a knob and the screen. But our stabilizers, unfortunately, are plate mounted stabilizers, but you know, it's included in the kit, we'll take it. For the mounting style, it is a gasket mounted keyboard, and it actually does use the sock gasket mount. It uses these really small silicone gasket socks to mount the keyboard. So in terms of what is provided, features and specs, $50 is an insanely good price. With everything they have equipped and everything they have provided, I feel like it is the perfect gateway keyboard to get into the custom keyboard hobby. Aside from some minor lubing on the steps, I will be leaving everything as it is because it does sound pretty good out of the box. But the screen, on the other hand, the main thing that captured my attention, I couldn't really find the software online that allows me to customize the screen, but I did figure out that the screen is also some sort of a menu to control your RGB, control your volume, control. You can set like a clock, shows the date. Pretty cool, shows your connection and everything. So I think it's more of a menu instead of a customizable screen, but I might be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. But overall, it's still a really cool $50 keyboard. So here's how it sounds. So what do you think? Comment your thoughts down below on this keyboard. To me, keyboard's a 10 out of 10. Double shot PVT keycaps is exactly what every beginner usually wants. The switches are pretty good, pretty smooth out of the box. If I'm not wrong, it's currently in stock on the AJAZZ website. It's a really affordable keyboard, $50, with hot swappable south-facing sockets, gasket mounted, has a knob, has a screen. Sounds good out of the box. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and click like, subscribe if you enjoy keyboard content. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.